Trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXD Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Finally, we're getting to see some outdoor races with the one and only Brianna Lyston. Now, we have been dying for her to open her outdoor season, I won't lie, but unfortunately, she was unable to do so over the 200 meters. She came down with her fever, so she withdrew from the meeting. But with that said, we will definitely see her on the 30th, which is tomorrow, at the bottle on the Bayou. So that is the meeting, and yes, she's scheduled to line up here this time over the 100 meters. So I'm very excited to see Brianna Lyston come out, and I'm looking for something great right off the bat. And I'm going to tell you why I'm looking for something great right off the bat. But before I do that, I want to say the heat and tell you who she lines up against. Now, I know a lot of you have some reservations when it comes to Brianna Lyston and her, just competing overall. But I just want to let you all know that, hey, she's talented. We're not pushing her too fast, too soon. She's very talented. And based on the heats that I see her scheduled to run in, a lot of times, my belief as well is that clearly the school knows that she's so good and they have her lining up against professional athletes because that's how you're going to get the best out of a Brianna Lyston. Not have her run against some collegians that are much slower than her, but run against some of the best in the world and see how she's able to compete against them. So, with that said, I'm kicking things off with the heat that Brianna Lyston comes up in, and that is heat one. Now, I'm not sure if this is the lane assignments for the heat, but I'm just going to give you them as it is right now. So, in lane one, we have Jania Bowers. In lane two, we have Brianna Lyston. In lane three, we have Mikai Briscoe. In lane four, we have Favour Ofili. Lane five, Mackenzie Long. Lane six, Kayla Jackson. Lane seven, Thelma Davis. Lane eight, Shimira Killebrew. And in lane nine, Brandley Presley. Now, that would be the lineup. So there are 9 lanes, and that's the lineup for the heat one. Now, these are section finals. So what that means is that it's against the clock. Whoever comes out with the overall time becomes the winner. So with that said, clearly, you heard me mention Mikai Briscoe and Favour Ofili. Those are 2 professional athletes that are in this race along with the rest of the collegians. And again, as I said, Brianna Lyston is capable of running against some of the best in the world, the professional athletes. So yes, this is where she fits in. Now, I'm looking at in this race Mikai Briscoe, Favour Ofili, Mackenzie Long, and Kayla Jackson. Now, when you think about it from an overall 60-meter perspective, based on how the season progressed for these athletes, then clearly Brianna Lyston came out ahead of everybody else in this field. After all, she became the second fastest collegian ever with that 7:03 seconds. Now, personally, when I look at the field, in terms of personal best, we have Favour Ofili here with a 10.93 seconds personal best. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of time, she rattles off in this first race. Considering that she's professional, I believe that these professionals will take some time to get into their running because they're going to be targeting, one, if they do have a trials in their country, and two, clearly the Olympic Games. So I'm not expecting to see a Favour Ofili come out in personal best shape. Also, we have Mikai Briscoe as well. She has gone a 10.96 throughout the years. That's her fastest. So yeah, I'm still not expecting to see these athletes come out at their absolute best right off the gun. Now, they do train at LSU with the Tiger Olympians, so they're all part of that little, speed camp there, or training group that LSU has, which includes also Brianna Lyston. So they also see Brianna Lyston on a day-to-day basis and know what she's capable of. And if I can recall, the last time I heard, as coach, I believe, speak on Brianna Lyston, he said that, she was potentially the fastest one there. So with that said, thinking about their personal best, thinking about where they are in their season as well, based on what I've seen so far, and also thinking about what I've seen from a Brianna Lyston, I definitely believe she comes out the faster of any of these 3 athletes, that I mentioned. Now, Brianna Lyston has a personal best, though, of 11.14 seconds. So when I think about it right off the bat, I'm expecting that personal best to be gone. I'm expecting her to demolish that personal best, to be exact. Now, I'm also looking at a Mackenzie Long that has an 11-second personal best, and I'm looking at a Kayla Jackson that has an 11.04 personal best over the 100 meters. So those are the four athletes along with Brianna Lyston that I'm really focusing on. When I think about a Mackenzie Long and a Kayla Jackson, they're also collegians, have been running really well so far this season as well. So I'm expecting them to really show up in this race and have a fantastic clocking at the end of the day. The question now becomes who is sharper and who is faster right now in this moment. Well, Chuckies, I have to say, thinking about it, looking at the field, potentially Brianna Lyston in my mind walks away with a win here. Now I'm looking at Mackenzie Long, to be in the top three, and I'm looking at Favour Ofili as well to be in the top three. I think those are my top three: Brianna Lyston, Favour Ofili, and Mackenzie Long. Now, taking into consideration personal best as well, where they are in their season, what I've seen so far, what my expectations are, I am thinking that Brianna Lyston walks away with the overall win here. Favour Ofili is going to be someplace there because she's wicked talented as well. I just think that because she's a professional, she may not be firing right now. We may see it a bit later on down in the year, but not necessarily right now in this first 100-meter race for the season. She has run before. She has run indoors, really runs, a solid race over the 200 meters indoors. She's only done it once so far. And I believe she has also ran outdoors on a relay leg. Haven't really seen her individual outdoors just yet. So this is the first one for her. So I'm not expecting anything wild just yet from a Favour Ofili. So with that said, I think based on where Brianna Lyston is in training, or is just based on the collegiate system, I think she chumps everybody in this race and walks away with the win. And in my humble opinion, maybe not so humble, I think she walks away with a personal best here. That 11.14 is definitely on borrowed time. But Favour Ofili and Mackenzie Long, even Kayla Jackson, I'm looking at those athletes to be in top three, right? I do think that Mikai Briscoe gets beat out by Mackenzie Long and Kayla Jackson, because sometimes when I think about a Mikai Briscoe, she kind of reminds me of a 60-meter specialist, even though she has that 10.96 personal best. So when I think about how good Mackenzie Long and Kayla Jackson are over the two and what they've shown so far for the year, I definitely think that they potentially chump Mikai Briscoe in this 100-meter race. So that said, that is my opinion. I think Brianna Lyston walks away with the win. Favour Ofili is going to be second. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have some of y'all really upset over my Favour Ofili decision here. And then I believe Mackenzie Long is in third slash Kayla Jackson. Right. So those are my opinions with this 100 meters. Tell me your thoughts now in the comment section below. So Brianna Lyston comes out for her first 100 meters. First, what are your thoughts? Do we get a personal best right off the bat? That's the first question. And two, where do you think she will actually place in this race? Do you think she takes out everyone based on what coaches are saying, based on what she's already delivered so far this season, based off what we know of a Brianna Lyston as well? What do you think she will be able to do against the likes of a Favour Ofili? That's really the athlete that in my mind is going to be the one that Brianna Lyston has to really take down. I think she chumps everybody else. The big question in my mind is where Favour Ofili is. That's my opinion. Anyway, Trackies, like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.